Yeah, welcome to the open book, where truth don't hide, stories ride, and every chapter got that power. Turn the page, now you stepping in, where real ones talk and the fake pretend. From viral heat to deep convo, we write the truth, let the whole world know. This ain't just a channel, it's a movement. The open book, every story, every voice.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Wednesday. Y'all, this week is going by fast. It's already Wednesday. Can y'all believe it? Anytime we have a holiday off that Monday, it kind of speeds up the rest of the week. Because I almost was forgetting that it was Wednesday, y'all. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. Ooh, child. Okay, I apologize. Thank y'all for your patience. So thank everyone for joining on this wonderful Wednesday. The week definitely is going by. So make sure y'all tap the like button as y'all come on in. It is for free. Okay. Let's see who we have here so far. Hey, Buttercup, welcome. Thank you for joining and thank you for being first in the building. She said it's a happy winning Wednesday. Now, y'all let me know, is my sound good? Can y'all hear me before we really get into it? Can y'all hear me? Put a one if y'all can hear me. I have these other earbuds in my ear, so I'm trying to make sure y'all can hear me clearly. Hey, Godchild D, good morning. Welcome, sis. Thank you for joining. Good morning, Sienna. She said, hope y'all have or are having a blessed day and an astounding week. Okay. Thank you so much, sis, and same to you. Hi, LaMonica. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Good morning. Hey, Protected 91 is in the building. Welcome, sis. Hi, Andrea. Thank you for joining again. Queen Shailene is in the building. Welcome. Hey, Angela. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Okay, let's see. Did I miss anyone? Hey, Stephanie, girl. Look, where you been? Girl, we missed you yesterday. Okay, with your expertise. Okay. Let me make sure y'all can. Okay, I see the ones. Thank y'all so much. Hey, Monica, good morning. Welcome. Shawana is in the building. Good morning, sis. Hey, Kamashir, thank you for joining. Okay. I think I caught up. Double is back with us. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so we are coming on in. Make sure y'all tap that like button. Okay, give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, for coming on in this morning. Y'all are so great, so great, so wonderful. Okay, hey Tashiri, welcome. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get into it. So yesterday we started on our quest to get more answers in this Justice for Dro case from one of his boys. He's been coined as the right hand man, Jason. Right? We even invited him to the chat. We said, hey. Jason, thank you, Andrea. Hey, you're welcome here. You can come into the chat. You're welcome to come up on the panel because we had questions, okay? Some things that were not clear. And today we're offering him another opportunity to, hey, come in and maybe give some clarity to some of the things that we are missing because we are still Justice for Dro. We have not thrown in the towel over here. We want to know what happened. And I would hope, hey, Cake Splash, I would hope that he does too. He wants to know too, among other people that would really like to know what happened with Dro. Now, one thing, y'all, shout out to Protected 91 for being a member for 2 months. She said, really, 3 months, I had to change my health. Girl, shout out to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate for being a member for 3 months. Okay. So my thing is, y'all, this is something that I hear. Let me also say that this live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. Now, one of the things that I've heard every time we kind of bring up the Jason topic or invite Jason over to give his thoughts and his views on the situation is that Jason, one, people say, oh, he used to be Dro's op. Okay. Another thing that they say is Jason is not a street boy. Okay. Now, those things, y'all, let's look into that. Let's delve into that before we look at another video where Polo was calling out some things about Jason in the past. Now, some of the videos, y'all, as we take this thing on back and work our way forward, because now knowing some of the things we know that we were not privy to, okay, back then, hey, we have a different pair of eyes as we look into this. She said, my best friend is Arthur's girlfriend, and we hung out with him on Memorial Day in Tahiti. He was telling us what happened to Dro. Oh, wow. Okay. Now, look, because we're going to have an art day. So, hey, feel free if you want to share anything in the chat. We definitely will pay attention and listen. Okay. We take all opinions, all thoughts, and we let it marinate. We don't just, oh, that's for fact, and things like that. We think things through. Okay. Hey, but me. And so one thing I thought about, y'all, is when people say, oh, he's not a street guy. Okay, what is, and with all due respect, what does that have to do with anything? Okay. What does that have to do with anything? Right, y'all. We gonna let her we'll let her cook in the chat. She was cooking in Gigi chat. Y'all was shutting up. LaMonica, y'all say she be like, I was paying attention. But y'all, we take say. We take it. Y'all know how we do. Hey T Mills, we take notes. Okay. We take notes, child. So, but we're gonna stay focused. We'll take some notes, but at the same time, we're staying focused. Okay. And so my thing was, okay, what would that have to do with anything? He's not a street guy. Okay. We can't just put it that people are not because just because they're not in the street that they don't know how to talk to people. Okay. They don't know how to work with people behind the scenes. Okay. Sometimes those are the very ones you better look out for. You don't have to just be out here like yesterday when we watched the live with him and Looney. Looney even said, hey, I'm not that guy to just be on here handling those types of things like that, where we do it in a calm way or try to maneuver. Hey, Real Talk No Chaser is in the building. Welcome everyone coming on in. Y'all, I have to say this every time because some may not know, but my intro and outro music, Real Talk No Chaser is the producer of that. Okay. He does different songs and so forth. So I like to give him a shout out, especially when he comes into the chat. Okay, LaMonica, let's just, can you do us a favor? We know you're not. Just enjoy the combo. We on a different topic for right now, but we are going to have an art day. So we will definitely, because she says she's not a troll. So y'all just not get off task. Let's stay focused and, on what we are talking about. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. I will definitely check that out. Thank you. So I have to give kudos to Real Talk No Chaser every time I see him come in because I'm so truly grateful. Okay. Well, if it was Jason, Stephanie, well, this Jason day. Okay. So if you got anything, hey, that you want to talk about that Jason had told you, come on, baby. We want to hear it. Okay. Hey, T Lady, good morning. Hey, Rachu, she said, I was out of town, so please fill me in on what's been going on. Girl, we are taking it back, okay? We are taking it back. So yesterday we had started giving Jason an opportunity to come to the front of the line to clarify some things because we had questions based on what he said, okay? Based on what he said, not what we are making up, but based on what he said, okay? We pretty much was giving him an opportunity because we posed a lot of questions. So being a street guy does not disqualify you from certain things. Okay. Sienna said, I never understood the whole they're not street thing either. Tupac literally said, I'm not a killer, but don't push me. You don't have to be street to trip out. Come on now, clock it. Okay. No, he didn't, Raw True. That would have been nice. Okay. No, he did not. He baby, he if he jumped off of Looney's live so fast, faster than Lulu left town when she saw Dro wasn't gonna pull through, child. He definitely wasn't gonna come up on a panel here. Okay. So Looney even said he wasn't that type of guy to or a friend to talk sensibly, to people and try to work the things. He was that friend you want to call when you want somebody to flip out, okay, to get a felony with. Okay. So everybody got a different personality, right? So my thing is not being a street guy does not disqualify you from certain things. Now, maybe, hey, you may not had a direct impact on what happened, but were there things that you were privy to? Okay. Were there things that you did that kind of helped along with this plan? Those are the things we're talking about. Now, also, y'all, being okay, and then I also want to say in conjunction with that, because I think Sienna just talked about that. People have various sides, okay, to them when pushed or put into a certain situation. I even say, hey, I got alternate personality sometimes. If I get really mad, that will pop off. Okay, K2. Okay, that's what I call her. It takes a lot to get me to that point. Uh, and so we all kind of have that. I know last night I was watching Divorce Sisters, and I don't know if y'all watched that, but there's a couple on there, Geneva and her husband, right? And so with Geneva, she pretty much is in love with this other guy, and her husband's really nice and found out that their daughter may not be his. He doesn't know who the other guy is, but found out that his daughter may not be his because she cheated. So he goes out, gets him a little prostitute. They come back to their house. Now he was wrong for that. Came back to their house. Geneva comes back. She's already hot because the other guy's now rejected her. He don't want to be with her now, right? So she goes off. She trying to fight the prostitute, all this. So her husband, this really nice guy, she's hitting him, okay? Hitting him all upside his head. Then she's throwing vases at him. Then he's trying to hold her arms, hold her back. She picks up this a big like round vase and it hit him so hard. Hey, y'all, okay, come on now. Hit him so hard it cracked over his head and he started bleeding, right? So in an instant, though, okay, this guy was now pushed to a limit and he ended up smacking her and hitting her till she done fell over across the room, child. And my mouth dropped like, oh my gosh, because he wasn't the type that would have done something like that. Okay. But he was now pushed because he let her get away, which is hitting him with vases, throwing glass, doing this, doing that. And so then after that, she takes a knife, y'all, and she stabs him. Like she would not stop. Like it kept escalating, right? So in these situations, we never know like how a person is pushed to their limits, okay, and what they will do in a sense of a moment of desperation or for whatever motive, right? So then let's go to the part about, oh, he used to be an op, but Dro forgave him and then they were cool. Now, I want y'all to ponder something. Is it possible to be back cool at the same level with an op? Someone that was potentially your op. Is it okay? Because I'm all about forgiveness too. Do you think that things will be the same? Okay, if you were cool, then you became an op, and then now y'all cool again. I don't think things gonna be the same. Now, if you were already just an op, I definitely wouldn't trust you over here at the same degree of level that I would have trusted a friend before, because I don't know what you are liable to do. Okay, she said, "What the hell are you watching?" Girl Scout Divorce Sisters on Paramount Plus. Okay, y'all, it's good and it's getting better and better each week. And so it's kind of a Tyler Perry. To me, it's better than Sisters, the regular one. So yeah, y'all gotta check it out. It's really good. Okay, so that means that because you betrayed me before, okay, and depending on how many times before, then I don't know if I would have a certain level of trust. Okay, so I see Rachu said no, things will never be the same. Pretty Rasta and welcome sis, she said it wouldn't be the same. Okay. Sheila, hey, I don't think it would be the same as it was before the person became the op. Okay, that's good. I can forgive you, but now I know you'll never know anything important. Oh my gosh. Say it again. Okay. Queen Shailene said people will snap. Right. Because see, I then wonder, y'all, if he was a potential op at one time, what could it have been? And these are questions that we just posed, right? Could it have been that, okay, now let me see your inner workings. Let me get close to you because some people will try to get close to you to determine your strengths, your weaknesses, what you're about, how you make your money, how you do this, not because they genuinely care, but because they have ulterior motives. Okay. The key said, and welcome, she said, I believe in forgiveness, but I don't owe anybody access. Come on now, I like that. Okay. Especially re entry. Okay. We can forgive, but that does not mean that we have to allow them re entry or access to our lives, especially at the same level. There's a level of just now being cordial, but I'm not about to let you in my inner space, knowing my innermost secrets, right? Whereas you may have had that access at one stage in my life. After you betray me, it's never the same. It's never the same. Tashiria said he probably was jealous. Some people can be jealous, okay? If they see you got this girl who you're on social media, and y'all, social media can sometimes work against us because you may not mean anything by it by posting how much you're excited, how much you love your significant other. You got people that are monitoring your life on social media, and it gives them envy. It gives them this jealousy, and you are in, next thing you know, you're in a battle or a competition that you know nothing of, just from simply living your life. You have people that will try to play a role for so long, wear a mask or be a wolf in sheep's clothing, just to get your whole little guard down, just so they can get to know you. And before you know it, bam, okay, they bit you as a snake that was lying in wait. I'm telling you, you got to pay attention and peep it. So I don't know, someone that used to be my op, if I would definitely have that same degree of trust for them, and definitely would not let them be my right hand person. Okay. Y'all know, even when Jesus taught us that, he had 12 disciples. Okay. Baby, he already knew what Judas was going to do. You think Judas was a part of his inner crew? No, he only had 3 out of the 12 that were a part of his inner crew, that saw him when he was vulnerable, that saw him when he wanted to give up and crying and sweating when he got to go to Gethsemane. When he was in the Garden of Gethsemane and he had to go to the cross. Okay. He didn't let everybody see him like that. Okay. He didn't let everybody in to give him access to himself and give him advice. Everybody in their respective roles. Okay. Not to say you're not a part of my crew, but not everybody is going to have that very close access to know how I operate, my strengths, my weaknesses, where I stash out my money, what I do, XYZ. You definitely not gonna be planning my trips, okay? But we gonna definitely get into that. True story, no access at all. Exactly. Forgive but never forget. We never forget. Now only God can do that. Yeah, you won't have that access again because now I don't trust you. Exactly. Protector 91 said T2 became a friend with Jason after they were ops. Jason seems jealous to me of Dro. Dro complimented him on his Skechers. Not Protector 91. Oh my God, girl, why you gotta bring that up? Why you gotta bring that up? Okay. Girl, that was some shade. Lord, he probably felt. Now, in Joe's eyes, he may not have been trying to throw shade, okay? But maybe he took that as a little shade, okay? I can forgive because I don't carry that negativity. but we would not be hanging around with each other. Trust once broken, especially not family, won't bring you in my door again ever. Exactly. I'm like that too. Yes, he felt belittled. You think he felt belittled? Obi, I love how you engage with your chat and still able to do your commentary. You and Don are the only two that can engage with everyone, pay attention to the chat, and still focus on the topic at hand. Clock that. Thank you so much, Raw Truth. I appreciate it. Gave me some sound effects too. Okay. It's like a relationship. Once infidelity happens, the relationship is never the same. Yes. Oh my gosh, you are so right. Grand Rising, Sonya, how are you today? Yeah. So you never know how or what particular thing a person will still hold over your head if they were an op before. Are they looking for a get back? Regardless of how nice they are, and I'm not saying that this is Jason's motive or anything like that. We're just talking about in general. Okay. You never know if they're looking for a get back or any of that. Okay. So those are things we think about when we come into this conversation. And thank all of y'all for those compliments. I appreciate it. She said the Skechers. Okay. Oh my God, baby. He probably still held that over Dro's head. Okay, certain things you don't forget. Okay, so he probably like, oh, this and want to clown me about my shoes. Okay, child bop. So today we're gonna look at a video, taking it back a little. Now, this was during the time when Polo was out, and baby, he was on the cut waters back then. You know, Polo had eased up on those cut waters. Now, I know people, have their thoughts and feelings about Polo, but y'all don't miss the message being so focused on the messenger, okay? I want us to listen and pay attention to some things that happen in real time because, y'all, Polo had been calling out Jason and wanted him to even come onto his platform. He had seen a post where Lulu, okay, had wished happy birthday. They went out to dinner. Well, once attention was brought to that, in real time, Jason started deleting posts, okay? Even in real time, when they were showing where his IG was, he started removing things. He started deleting things. Now, yesterday, for those of you who weren't here, we did, thank you so much, Cakes Bliss. We did go back and we reacted to the interview between Jason and Looney, which is one of Dro's other friends. Okay. She said, sometimes I get upset when I miss her chats. Girl, okay. And I thank you so much because I do that too. Like some people, I like to be in the chat live, but I'll watch the replay, but it's like different when you're there live. And so during that time, at first, Looney didn't realize that Jason had not contacted the Davis side of the family. Jason put it on Dro's mother. He said that they woke him up out of his sleep and told him what happened to Dro. He just willingly just dropped everything, got into the car with them. Now, this whole car situation of how they got there is still a question, Jason, okay? Because some people are saying they took the sister's boyfriend's car. Some people are saying they took Dro's car, that the truck that Jason was detailing. Now, people were saying that the mom was trying to get access to the truck. Now, if that were the case, why did Jason have to go? He could have basically said, okay, here are the keys. If you're trying to get down there, here are the keys to Dro's truck. I had it. I was detailing. No, what we were thinking yesterday is basically it was used to give Jason an alibi because some people have stated that Jason was allegedly already there. You don't have to go with his mom. His mom can drive. And if the sister was with the mom, she could drive. Okay. Come on now. You didn't have to go. Then he's saying that the mom told him not to contact the other side of the family. You'll do that. That's if Dro doesn't make it. Then to contact the other side of the family. What? Okay. Like what in the world? So now, y'all, Jason was being he was feeling the pressure. Looney started asking all these different questions because he was like, well, you know them. Hi, Linda. You know them. All of that. Child, Jason hopped off of that panel. Somebody probably sent him a message and said, you are talking too much. Get down. Okay, it probably was the mama. Okay, because she definitely had a lot of influence over how Jason acted in his last actions, right? Of going down there, not texting the family. Then he said that once he got there, Lulu wasn't talking to him. We still, Jason, don't know why was there such animosity between you and Lulu. Why would there have been? Because y'all had just celebrated your birthday. Okay, Dro was even trying to give you, you brought it up during the interview, he was even trying to bless you with a bottle of Hennessy. So, where again, why again was there animosity between you and Lulu? What happened? Okay, what happened? Because he didn't want it to be like Lulu was talking to him. Okay, so then after that, he stated that they all ghosted him allegedly. No one wanted to talk to him. They blocked him. Okay, Lulu, Dro's mother, allegedly, they all blocked him. I wonder why. If they needed you and your help and you traveled down there with them to, give her access to the truck and to get Dro, why all of a sudden they would turn on you? We're still trying to figure that out. Okay. That was definitely a problem for me, the messenger. I would try to listen to the man. Okay, come on, Stephanie. You can do it. You can do it. Right. I'll do replays if I missed it, but I really prefer to be in the chat. Okay. Y'all be cutting up. Somebody would have been pissed off. I would have contacted the other side. Exactly. I wonder why the mother has to ride with the sister. How you got a business with no car? When they contacted her, she said she was going to try and find a ride there. Oh, Tashiria, you clocked that too? Because that was in the paperwork. Okay. Baby, that was in the paperwork. Let's not forget that. Okay. So well, I'm gonna say, hey, it was in the paperwork. But according to the paperwork, when the police had contacted the mother, right, and told her about Dro and what had happened to him, she said she would attempt to try to get down there. She didn't say, oh, my son, what? I'm about to come and see what's going on. No, 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 no. Originally, I don't even know if she was going to go. Okay, she said she would attempt to try to get down there for Dro. Dro is in this place where he does not live, found on the side of the road. Okay, come on now. Found on the side of the road, supposedly no one there but Lulu. And he looks as though he is now brain dead. And I'm going to try to attempt to get there. Okay. And then wasn't even off of life support and gone before she left, which is going to be brought up in this video that we're going to watch today. Now, like I say, our respect prayers go out to the family. However, we calling stuff out, whether I don't have this whole sides, it's whatever stuff comes out. Okay. That's how I address it. It's not oh, I'm on this side, I'm on this side. No, we just address stuff because we're trying to get to the bottom of what happened. So being that now is, why did you leave me? We seeing all of these posts. I can't believe, Dro, you left me. What? Dro didn't leave. Okay, come on now. Dro didn't leave. See, we're trying to, anytime we post that, there's gaslight. So anytime we're trying to say, Dro, why did you leave me? You're saying that you're trying to continue with this narrative that Dro unalived himself, that Dro jumped from a moving vehicle. Okay, because what do you mean, how did he leave? We're trying to figure out what happened to him. Okay, because it's not, his injuries do not coincide with jumping out of a moving vehicle. I think he may have been lying about Lulu and the nun stopped talking to him. Thank you. Girl, for what? Why would she stop talking to you all of a sudden? That's what I thought. He was there. And Jason is the type, he looks like a Willie. You know what? Stephanie, you do have a point. Now, if anything, Jason and Willie favor. She definitely has a type, child. Oh, I didn't even think about that, girl. They do kind of favor. Oh my gosh. I still don't understand why Big T didn't answer the phone. I don't know. Maybe her nerves was bad and couldn't drive. She went back to bed. Right, Stephanie? Girl, I said, what? Wait, what? Your child in another city? They don't know if he gonna make it. Well, I'll try to get there. What? I'm just not understanding. That's all I'm saying. Hey, London, good morning. Jason is lying all over the place. Clock that. Okay. Hey, Purple Virgo, welcome. She says she's listening, y'all, but she's working. Looking and listening, I believe it was all staged to cover something what we will never know. London said, I believe, hold on. I believe he wanted to say they wasn't talking to me at the hospital instead of them just cutting him off because he said Lulu sent him a picture and Rena told him don't say nothing to the other side. Yes. Okay, child. Is that what women look like? Girl, almost. She definitely has a type. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Hold on one second. Let me pause this one. Y'all make sure y'all tap that like button. It is for free.
The bridge was the cover up. See, the Joe getting hit scenario, man, when a person called in, talking about, hey, man, cause a civilian in a sedan, all that shit there was nothing but a cover up. See, the intentions was that he get hit by that car. If he get hit by a car, then it cover up the blunt force trauma. It cover that up because you got hit by a car. So it's easy to blame it on that situation. But if you think, man, Lulu ain't that smart as a street person to plan all this out.
Now I can believe that part. That originally, because his body was not all the way to the right, y'all. Now remember this: Dro's body was not out of the way of traffic. It was originally in that lane, okay, the right lane. And then remember, the witnesses stated they kind of moved him over a little. See, that would have been the reason, because think about this. And this is why they need to track those 911 calls, okay, all of them, to see whose phones were they, because sometimes people will try to run interference and make certain calls so that that could be the reason. They probably thought that would actually happen, so let's go ahead and make a call. That, y'all, in a previous case, the Romika Meeks case, that was definitely happening even during her case. When what went down happened, the 911 calls, they were all over the place because people were trying to run interference and put narratives in place even with 911 calls. So it could be stated that, oh, we got a call that there was a fight. Okay. So then you got to try to find out, was there a fight? Police driving around looking for a fight. Okay, then it was another reason that was called in. And I believe these were people who were in place to do that, to run interference and make all of these 911 calls to throw police off. Same thing I believe happened here. They were starting to call in these different calls that, oh, we see a guy on the road, he got hit. So that the narrative would have been, when they showed up to get Tro's body, that, oh, we already got a call that this guy had been hit by a car. Okay. He looked like a lion dweeb. Who? What's his who you talking about? I'm late on that comment. I wonder how T1 feel knowing his nephew could have unalived his son. Was he that mad with Dro to have a hand in this? Because child, I don't know. They messed up when Tyrone Jr. went live at the gas station Wawa in Fort Lauderdale, where the staging took place. That's why Jason ended up with the vehicle he was driving. Remember, Lulu was in the back seat. Exactly. Everything, y'all, if you look at it, was set into motion of convenience. Okay. So this was, and pay attention to the break in patterns. So this was the time when Dro did not have his own vehicle. Okay. Now he was at the mercy of Lulu. Okay. They're in her vehicle. He's also out of known territory. Okay. Dro is in the woods in Gilchrist. Okay. So he's out of known territory. Now, allegedly, Lulu gets so upset she wants to drive her car. Why? You ain't never been that upset till you want to just leave him or switch roles with him in unknown territory like that. Okay, so different things were not adding up. Different things were not adding up. And oh, you were talking about Jason. And um, so we have to think about the breaking patterns, okay, where he was, who and how Lulu turned into this whole convenience thing. Then all of a sudden we hear of, and we're gonna get into those Gilchrist videos on the next one. Because I want to play this one, and then because this gonna kind of shift us into Gilchrist. Then we hear from the cousin. Okay, so it was so convenient that Lulu has shared their next location, where they were going. And then for him not to even hear Dro in the background, did not talk to Dro. Like, where is Dro in the midst of all of this? In the midst of all this talking, all these people saying that they heard this, or now the only one I probably would believe from these calls we're gonna hear from Gilchrist was Gabe. I don't think his brother, cousin, Gabe has a reason to lie. I think I'm more prone to believe him. Now, I meant to say this yesterday. I don't know if y'all remember the post that Gabe did one time. And I think he feels something is off too, but he talked about his brother, but he was saying in relation to Dro's death, he said that his brother's death, people tried to blame his brother's death on him. And now here's Dro. So, for the simple fact that he said that, I think he also feels that they're trying to blame Dro's death on him. Okay, clock that. And so he's still trying to get over his brother's death and what happened to him. And I don't know the full story. And now here it goes again with someone he was really close to, Dro, in a similar situation. Okay, where nobody knows what happened and trying to put the blame on the victim. Let's see, Jason was on camera driving Lulu's car. Tyrone put the camera on him and said something. Okay. And Art looks at Wawa tells a lot. The way they were standing around, all of that. I said the girl is skipping some beats in the head. This is why I stand by police involvement. They strategically were able to move around video and suppose erasure of video and low traffic. Right, exactly. Someone really knew the area and they had cased it out. See, you don't just go cold or blind into these types of situations. No, no. This would have taken some planning. Even let's think about this. I'm gonna talk more about this in a live I want to do with Lulu, that accident with Willie, and this new show or documentary on Netflix called The Crash. Now, it was believed, y'all, and proven, I should say, that we see the after effects, right? That this girl is traveling almost, we really did get up to 100 miles per hour down this street and crashes into this wall. But do y'all know that she also went to that same location days before and drove that path? Have y'all heard that? She had already been there to see the street, to know the wall. She knew the area. Because why else were you traveling there? They didn't live right there. Okay. So my thing is this: someone had already cased that area and knew about cameras that were there, what possible cameras were there, and to make sure, did it see anything or anything like that? Because whoever McGovern is, okay, at that Country Inn and Suites, y'all, something's up with that. For the simple fact, why did he not take footage from the Country Inn and Suites and upload that to the police link? What he did was he took his cell phone and did a recording from his cell phone, but it left out key information. How convenient. It only showed just a little of the passenger side door opening and not showing Dro exiting the vehicle. By the time the detective went back to Country Inn and Suites, it had already been recorded over. That is the only camera in that particular vicinity that would have captured what happened. So you mean to tell me that that was how they got the footage from somebody's cell phone and they didn't think that was a red flag or suspicious? Because it definitely was one for me. Okay. And I'm pretty sure Jason knew exactly where they were because he books all of their trips. Yep. He definitely knew where they were. Hey Erica, welcome. Yeah, he definitely knew. Hey Nookie, good morning. Yeah, let's continue.
Yeah, she might be grinding to set a nigga up. She might be flawed, know what I mean? Like able to set a nigga up and play her part as a bitch. That set a nigga up. But when it comes to the layout, that's a nigga. That's a nigga that's coaching. That's a nigga who know the layout. That's a nigga who knew about them cabins in Gilchrist County. That's a nigga who laid out the bridge scene. That's a nigga who coaching you when they say certain things. That's a nigga behind you. That's all a nigga orchestrating. That's it.
And peep this, y'all. Clock this. Do y'all notice a similarity between the workings of Gilchrist, and we get to these videos with this property manager and what he stated, and the workings of the stuff that's being stated to the public now about the videos? Think about this. In the woods, they're at, now this is a chain, okay? This is a chain. Gilchrist is owned by a chain hotel chain, okay? Now, the thing of it is, y'all, you cannot make me believe these people are not going to have their stuff protected by having security, some type of cameras so they can see what's leaving their property and all of that. You cannot make me believe it's no cameras, okay? But pay attention to the pattern. So notice there in Gilchrist, and this thing just hit me. Notice what did he tell the police? And we're going to refresh your memory, but I'm going to go ahead and say this so I don't forget. He told the police when they asked for the video footage or could they see, when they asked for certain things, getting access into the cabin, getting this, getting that, he shut it down. He was willing to talk a little, but then eventually shut it down and said, y'all gonna have to get a subpoena. Okay. Now, fast forward to GPD. Notice when we started putting in public records requests for the video footage from Papa John's, from that cannabis store, from Country Inn and Suites. What did they say? Oh, y'all, this private property, y'all gonna have to get a subpoena. Do we not see that that's a red flag, that they don't want us to see certain footage? And if it exists, okay? So you can't make me believe that these hotels don't have up-to-date technology. Marriott, they are everywhere. They are everywhere. Okay. And so even with that guy saying all of this would not allow them access to look at the room, said everything conveniently was cleaned up, okay, before they could even go before they could even go in there and look at it in its original state to see if something could have been left behind. Everything was conveniently left out. Nobody saw anything. No cameras, no footage. Nobody saw a drone. No, y'all can't go in there and look. Y'all gonna need a subpoena. Did they ever get the subpoena? Did they ever get a chance to go and dust and go through evidence? No, they did not. Did anyone follow up and follow through? No, they did not. In GPD, when there's another witness, a lady on the side of the road that's telling what she saw, she is the only witness. Not to say that she's telling the full truth, but that they could have looked into her story. Did they ever take that lady to GPD and follow up? No, they did not. Nobody followed up with nothing that could actually get some proof. Videos. Now, here we go with the videos that they do have of Lulu's 4-hour interrogation, body worn camera footage from GPD. Now what? Oh. Now we're getting complaints. Oh, content creators are misusing public records. We don't want that. We're trying to protect this. Who are you trying to protect? I thought it was Dro that we're trying to get justice for. Okay, so now that's being shut down. No one can see nothing. We can't see anything with our own eyes. We are only now limited to what we have on paper. And let me say this, everything on paper is turning out to be a little twisted as well, and it's missing a whole lot, as we can see from those videos, the interviews with the couple, even the interview with the one that spoke with um, Polo. Okay, where are their full statements? Because on video, they had a lot to say. The one that spoke with Polo, his whole interview was probably a good 30 minutes. The couple that was out there talking, theirs was probably a good 5 minutes. Okay, where are those full witness statements? Where's the homeless man's statement? Although y'all couldn't supposedly so conveniently find him, well, what did the family say that he said? It's not on there. It's not on there. Where the red car stuff come from? Where the guy with the tattoos had a face full of tattoos. We are conveniently leaving things out. And when it's time for us to see things with our own eyes, we are being shut down. I want y'all to peep the play and notice the patterns. Okay? Peep the play and notice the patterns. We are being shut down, so we can't call stuff out. We are too smart, too much of critical thinkers to know different details that we know now. This is why we're going back, because now other stuff has come out that we weren't privy to when these videos were out. Now we can definitely connect some dots and call out some lies. If we see on a video that we can't even tell something is Dro, we know how Dro walks, we know his whole posture and stance from his videos, we will be able to compare. They know that. We know now, looking at the crime scene photos, of what Dro had on. So if that person in the videos didn't have on the same thing, they gonna see the plan. They gonna see it all exposed at that point. And if there are some videos, okay, come on now. That's it. Because see, they think people not going to go the extra step to try to get some subpoenas. Okay. Well, where's the PI? See, the PI should be able, because they're now working on this case, right? The PI, if no one else can get that, then the PI should be able to get it. Okay. They should be able to get all of the footage. That little girl was nuts. Her parents never told that brat. No, girl, the mom in that particular case and the parents, period, they are responsible. And I don't know if y'all heard the jail calls. Child, it's horrible. Okay, they think this is in 15 minutes of fame. It's so sad. And two young men lost their lives because of her. I saw that about a year ago, and she's not remorseful. No, she's not. She would probably do it again. I watched that documentary as soon as it came out, and I automatically thought of the liar. Me too. Soon as I saw it, girl, we gonna go through the similarities, because she even spoke of y'all. Her friend said she spoke of putting a spell on the boy Dom, her boyfriend. And have we heard y'all say Lulu do voodoo? Okay, and was putting love spells on Dro. That's why he couldn't leave her. Baby, it gave me goosebumps, the similarities in those two stories. Okay, there's a video, this guy, he should share the camera website that can be reviewed at any time and never erases. I'm trying to find that video. Okay, thank you, Angela. Hey, Latifa, welcome. I'm trying to catch up on some of the comments. There's a guy that showed, okay, you said that one, okay. Hey, Sharon, super cleaned out, and rented out the next morning. So convenient. Okay, it's so convenient. Too many cover-ups. Somebody knows somebody in that police department. I bet the homeless witness can tell you what color car it was. Well, the lady, she mentioned a white car at one point. She had said a white car. Yeah, allegedly them, but I'm not saying just them. I don't know that to be fact. But hey, somebody did. Somebody canvassed that area to see what cameras, what possible footage could there be here. See, they didn't want to go up a little further. Because see, if they had gone down the street a little further, guess what? There are more cameras there. Okay, you got that Burger King, you got Other places right there that got cameras. See, the only angle was way across the street at that Country Inn and Suites. And see, when they uploaded the footage, they positioned the camera from the camera phone or the phone so that it would not pick up the full view of everything. And that's what they uploaded. They didn't upload showing Joe exiting the vehicle, only the door partially opening. Okay, we don't know why that car door opened and why people started breaking. Okay, we don't know because we can't see the full thing. Need to stop Lulu now. She's a smooth criminal that is being protected. You think about her dad and attorney. She has a really good attorney. I think she has a really good attorney because even in those previous cases with reckless driving and that accident with Willie, y'all, she got off. Okay, case dismissed in both of those cases. She keeps getting off, and in this one, look at what's happening. Okay, that's the only thing that makes sense because everything is in our face. It really is. It really is.
That's it. Cause for one, no matter when Dro died, pay attention to her 6-page letter. When Dro died, she started hollering, baby. You ain't never addressed Dro as baby. That's what you call somebody when y'all first starting out, babe and baby. This man considered you his queen. Now all of a sudden when he died, he baby? Oh no, baby. Oh, we don't do that there. Take a sip of this cut water, cause this shit about to get real. Hold on. Y'all better share this live, man. Share this live and drop them blue hearts for justice for Joe, man. Drop this, man. Drop them hard for Joe, man. Drop them. Cause we meant to get here. I'm gonna show you how Joe trusted somebody that he shouldn't even trust it cause he knew the nigga was a op. He knew the nigga was a op and he still trusted this nigga. He still gave this nigga the benefit of the doubt when he knew this nigga was a op. I say he knew this nigga was a op and he still gave the man the benefit of the doubt. This man always been there. Always been there. This nigga was with his bitch. Seemed like more than he was with his bitch. Every time his bitch pop up, that nigga ain't too far. See, it was all cool just a week ago. It all was cool just a week ago because nobody really was paying attention. But my nigga, you got to join it live. And you going to have to straighten me about this right here. You going to have to clear this up, boy. Because boy, listen here. Hold on. For all y'all, man. So people call, so nigga like, damn. Before Joe was pronounced dead, the mama and Lulu and them, they left. Joe wasn't even pronounced dead yet. And the mama and Lulu left the hospital. How you love a man? You left the hospital when you realize Joe was brain dead. Joe can't tell no story no more. Joe can't tell who was there. Joe can't tell who betrayed him. Joe can't tell who was inside that cabin, around that cabin. Joe couldn't tell who was in that car because you know that Joe was brain dead. At that time when you realized Joe was brain dead, you left that hospital. How you love a man so hard and you care for a man, but you leave a man on his dying bed? You left a man on his dying bed. His mama left her son on his dying bed. You couldn't sit there and wait and stick by his side. You couldn't wait and sit there by a nigga who gave you the world. This nigga gave you everything. And you mean to tell me that you couldn't stay in that hospital?
That's the sad thing, y'all, with that. In most of the majority of his videos, you could tell Dro cared about his mom, cared about Lulu, cared about his kids. And on his dying bed, The sad reality is they left him. Lulu, girl, you left Dro twice. You left Dro twice. You left him on side of the road and you left town before they even pronounced him dead. Then you would think his mom would hold his hand through the whole thing till they pronounce him dead. She left him too, unfortunately. I think some of that don't call the other side of the family stuff. I think it was to get out of Dodge before the other side of the family showed up. That's my opinion. I feel it was let's hurry up, get what we got to get, and go. LG yesterday, shout out to her, something that she brought up yesterday in her live. Remember when we talked about even before the police the police got there and before the ambulance got there on the accident photos when Dro is laying there, and we took note that Dro was missing his jewelry. It's a necklace that he always wears, and his watch was gone, and his headscarf were gone. She showed a picture that Dro's mom allegedly had on that watch with jeans that said "Justice for Dro." I'm so confused and conflicted with one minute is, son, why did you leave me? Co-signing that he jumped from a moving vehicle. But on the other hand is we're trying to get justice for Dro. And we want everybody to be quiet at the same time about it and just let it rest. So what where are we missing something? Where are we missing something? Lulu, you got out of Dodge fast. For someone who's posting all of these posts and showing he all in love, you trying to ease your conscience. You left that man twice. Twice. All of it was a front. The fake, you did so good. All of that, girl, fake. The glasses look, that personality does not fool me. It doesn't fool me because there's the one without the glasses. You hurried up and got out of Dodge because you thought it was over. And y'all think about this too. See, Willie, I don't think she thought Willie was going to make it. I really don't think she thought Willie was going to make it. Now, whether Willie is putting up a front to save his life or really has amnesia, that's why she's leaving him alone. Okay, see, he made it. Willie got out of Dodge to save his life and probably faking amnesia just so she would think he don't remember nothing. Okay, now if he definitely has it, Lord bless him. But supposedly, allegedly, he doesn't remember anything from that day. Okay, Dro definitely, because they had already said that, he was pretty much brain dead. She's like, okay, got it. He ain't gonna be able to tell. Got it. Willie was gonna be able to tell. Okay, he saw you were crazy, and it's so funny. I was sharing this with the members, y'all. It's so funny that your domestic violence records, Lulu, are sealed. Why is that? If you were in the right. See, because I feel like that if those domestic violence records showed, oh, baby, it would be crystal clear that all of these instances, Lulu, it was you. Okay? You don't want people to know what's really going on with you because you're trying to put up this glass look and you're so soft spoken. But let me say this, even on that movie, The Crash, child, that's what she tried to do too. She tried to do the same thing, child. She had this little innocent look and on social media, she presented herself a certain way. But what they did, they downloaded the data from her phone. See, they got her real phone. Okay. while it was at the crash site. They got her real phone and they were able to go through. Charlie painted a whole different picture of her. I mean, and then the guy, y'all, the boyfriend, he had another phone at the house that he had been recording her, trying to break into his house, cussing him out, saying she gonna unalive him, all this different stuff that was going on behind closed doors. He was smart. He left a trail. He left a trail. But see, they made sure the police, in this case, in Dro's case, oh no, they gave the phone they wanted to give. She gave up the phone she wanted to give. She didn't give up the ones where it showed the true picture of how she is. See, Willie could tell us probably, oh, she was acting like this before. She was doing this, XYZ, and in the car, she was XYZ doing this, telling me she gonna do this, da 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 da. Okay, so Willie, because he actually, y'all, was thrown from the vehicle. It's nothing but a miracle that man lived. He was thrown from that vehicle and he lived, but because he said he didn't remember, she let him live. Let's just say that. Okay, come on now. Make it make sense, right, Buttercup? Yeah, I didn't know that till she showed that picture. I didn't even know that. Now, I don't know where the necklace is. She was saying she might think Lulu may have it. I don't know where the necklace is. I see that too. She's a good one too. I watch her sometimes. Okay. Hey, Mama Magazine. That's a cop out. Keep your ass in place for your child. I don't give a damn who's coming. And she did a quick snatch of his stuff because she knew it was worth a little bit of change. Okay. Got the truck, got the jewelry. Okay. We don't know what a necklace said. Hey, Ray Ray. We don't know what a necklace said. Okay. Yes, both of them. Okay. Cookie cut criminals, both of them. They remind me so much of each other, y'all. Y'all gonna have to watch that. It was so sad. She painted a totally different picture in front of people when they would go around their family. She was all nice and things to him, loving on him on social media. But behind closed doors, she was hell. Like they showed some of the videos and her cussing at him. And see, that day, I think he was trying to leave her, just like how, I think Dro was trying to really leave Lulu too alone. She had already pre-threatened him that if he ever tried to leave her, she was going to do something to all of them, to both of them. And those little things, those little slick stuff, you got to be careful of that. Because see, people, you think they joking and playing, but they may actually come on that, okay, cash in on their words and really do it. Okay, yes, it's called The Crash on Netflix. It's a documentary. It's like an hour and 34 minutes. So it's not too long, but y'all, this has been out, I think, and I'm just now watching it. They said a year. And y'all, they've been showing her jail calls and everything. Her mom and her parents are really responsible for the little monster she turned out to be because they never held her accountable. They and that now they think this is some fame, like they're getting. Oh my gosh, they're playing it over in London. What? This man is gone. His mom struggled, y'all. They showed when she found out the news on the body worn camera footage, she was about to pass out. She was hollering. It was so sad. And y'all talking about getting some camera time and trying to ask Kim Kardashian to help her and all of that. And Kim, I'm shout out to Kim Kardashian. She said no. I'm so glad she said no. They need some legal help. No, you don't need no legal help. Stay your behind in jail. You only got 15 years. You should have gotten more. She's scared is out of her control. She was dealing with someone in a circle out of 3 people suspects. Okay. Hey, Teresa. Yeah, he was done.
Then the unthinkable take place. The unthinkable take place. For all y'all don't know, $250,000 vanished. $250,000 vanished.
Now, remember, we were told that story in the beginning, and that part was not true.
From out of the main account, $250,000 wiped clean out Joe account. If you love a man, you care
Right,
for a man.
Stephanie.
How do you move $250,000, $250,000? That's a quarter ticket. Boy, that's more money than people had in their lifetime at one time. $250,000. You weren't even worried about staying in the hospital to see this man through. You had the nerve to post on your Instagram that you were talking to the doctors. Hold on, baby, you ain't got no degree in that. What you told the people? You his wife? You wasn't his wife? And you had the nerve to post on your Instagram account that you were talking to the doctors trying to get him moved to another hospital just in case he say bite from it like other people did. Girl, who authorized you to say that? You can't even, you aren't even in that position.
Hey, Chef Skip.
You're not even that part of his family to even authorize.
No, allegedly it was not $250,000, Erica. And then also allegedly, Dro had an account with one of his aunts. He found out that she was taking money from him allegedly, and he had started transferring his own money to another account. I think they knew about that, to be honest. Well, we heard it wasn't true. It wasn't that much money. Blessed Wings. So until somebody produces a receipt, I don't know. That's why I'm saying allegedly. When it was presented to us, it was like all of this money. So it made it look like Lulu was out here transferring 250,000. And I know I did a video even back then. Was like, I don't know about that because the government, y'all, they watch like big transfers and things like that. Okay, 250,000 is a whole lot of money. So I just side-eyed that and was like put it in the back of my mind for a little bit. But it was presented like Lulu had taken all of this money, right? So I don't like I'm gonna say allegedly. Now, if it was 250, I've never seen a receipt, and I haven't seen a receipt. It wasn't. That's why I'm saying allegedly, because we heard that that had changed and it was a different amount of money. It doesn't, to me, the whole thing was, it's not about the dollar amount, right? Okay. However, what was the whole thing a lie that she was transferring money out of these accounts right when this was happening? See, it made it look like right before all this went down and Lulu left town, when things were presented to us in the beginning, that's why. That she would have a motive of why she would have underlined this guy had something to do with it. I'm speaking from my thought process on that in the beginning. So I'm like, dang, this girl, she got some insurance money. She taking $250,000, and they talking about a Hennessy bottle. Like these are the things that came out in the beginning, right? So that made it like extra, like, oh my God, we gotta really get justice for this man. Cause I can't believe this girl that took all of this man's money. Kim trying to stay out of jail herself. Girl, come on, clock it. Look like she's smuggling stuff in her clothes. Okay. My question was he at a trauma hospital? Oh, I don't know, because they do have trauma hospitals. Yeah. That was probably a 250,000 rug run. The love of money might have been a drug deal. The daddy said, I want what was mine, and powder blue don't move. You see, allegedly, that street lingo. Okay. Wife, sister, girlfriend. Girl didn't even know her status with Dro. What position is it, Lulu? I'm confused. Right. Because she had said the sister at one point. Then she was like, you went from the sister, then you went, oh, I'm the wife. Like, pick a role. Okay, that was Coldplay. That was a Coldplay they put out. What do you mean by Coldplay? That's a new word for me.
Or change or transfer like that. You ain't his wife. You just got the same name as she got because your dad's last name Davis. You was never legally married. Allegedly. The man wanted to make you his wife. The man wanted to make you his wife.
And let me also say this right
So $250,000
certain people were privy to these changes being made. Okay, just know that people are privy. His insurance, changes were being made, bank accounts, money was being transferred. So people were privy to that. Okay. So just keep in mind that others were privy to the moves. I'm focusing on that. To the moves Dro was making.
Pay off the main account. White clean. The mama, Renee, at no time did she think or feel like Lulu was responsible, even though the picture was already painted that this wasn't an accident. Here come Renee, Miss Cashing on the insurance policy, the queen of cashing in. She the queen of cashing in.
The insurance.
Here come Renee, his mother. Supposed to be his mother, the one who neglected him when he was a child, who gave him up when she was 17 years old. Here she come. The one he tried to buy love. He tried to buy his mama love. He tried to mend a bond. If you pay attention to all his videos, he tried to get his mama the type of love that he wanted. But in a way, he kind of tried to buy it. In the way he tried to buy it, because he was seeking that love. If you pay attention to the video, only time she's smiling like she happy is when Joe got some in his hands.
Ooh.
When Joe got some in his hands to give. If you pay attention to Lulu, the only time she fake laughing, key, is when money gets spent on her. It's always when money gets spent. But Jean was showing love. That ain't what the fuck it was. The homeboys, the dogs, the people that are down there, they could see through that shit there. They knew that.
And Lulu didn't want that $15. You could see it on her face.
That Lulu went solid. They knew Lulu went real. Them niggas seen that. But they let their dog make his own choice and his decisions. But they seen right through that hole. This man loved his baby mama, but he cheated on his baby mama for Lulu, allegedly. Follow what I'm saying now. Follow what I'm saying and follow where I'm getting at with this right here. So the mama, she tell the investigators that she don't want no investigation or no autopsy. That's what she's screaming. She ain't want no investigation, no autopsy. What type of mama don't want an autopsy on her son? What type of mama don't want no investigation on her son? That don't make sense, bro. You already lost 2 other kids. How you don't want an investigation on your son that you call your right hand? Your man, you my right hand man. The one you were putting on saying my right hand man. Remember the words, Renee? That's your right hand. That's your man. So how you don't want an investigation? And then you go so far. The father, he said, man, he only got one wish, one dog, that he want Lulu.
Wow. You know what? That part. Now, London just broke down what kind of happened. She said Polo was walking it down from day one because because he slacked off of Lulu throughout time, people thought he switched, but he didn't. He just was bringing everybody to light. They wanted it to be Lulu only. That's what we're saying, y'all. Right there. She put it into words. Not that anyone is saying it's not Lulu, right? However, we have to include other possible people as we find out stuff that may know of what happened, is all he was saying. See, he started becoming more privy to stuff we were not aware of. Okay. So to others that were not privy, because we were a little late to the party, when we started getting the records and all of that, then I'm like, and I started looking over stuff. I'm like, wait a second. I didn't know this part. Wait, who is this? Well, why we in? I started doing the same thing. So to people, they're probably like, well, whose side is open book on? Like I told y'all, I'm not on nobody's side. Child, I don't know none of these people. What I want to know is what happened to Dro. Okay. I'm justice for Dro. But as we read through paperwork, we got to highlight everything. We can't be biased and say, oh, I'm going to cover this up and not mention this, or I ain't gonna mention this part because it's gonna make it look a certain type of way. No, because in that particular part, you are biased in that matter, right? So when a detective looks at a case, they don't get. I was looking at the O.J. Simpson little documentary last night. Like that man said, when you go to the crime scene and things, you can't go with this, oh, I can't believe he did this, or look at this body and go with that mindset. No, you have to have an eye to look at what could be perceived as evidence, who could have been possible players. Well, just because OJ a celebrity, they exclude him. Oh, he a celebrity. We better not say OJ did it. Okay. No, we gonna say OJ is a suspect. He's a possibility. He was in the vicinity. This was her ex-husband. We got to look into it, not to say they're immediately guilty, but we got to look into all of the people who played a part in the story, who were there or maybe privy to information. So just because you start calling out certain names or certain people, that don't mean you switched up. That means your eyes were open. Okay, and you looking at it from all angles. That's what we're all kind of started going wrong. Okay, but then if you have people coming with the narrative of this person switching up, and then you got people believing that, then hey, they're gonna just go with, oh well, I guess he's switching up. You got to have your own mind though. You got to see things. I was looking at this thing from all angles, even while I was watching Polo. I was watching other stuff too. And then I start peeping plays, and I'm like, and I just was quiet because I don't say everything I'm thinking right when I'm thinking it. I just wait to connect some dots. Okay. So some stuff I'll be quiet about, but I'm still just observing. Let's see. Mother bleed him dry. He was tired. And I do believe his mother was a gimme girl. I just like Lulu. Oh, yeah. She liked Lulu. Okay. Child. She liked Lulu. Why would he have a joint account with his auntie and pics being taken while signing the insurance policy? Look, Andrea, you brought up a good point. I don't know what the point was of taking a picture while he's signing that policy. Um, that I just never seen that type of picture being taken. I don't know why he had an account with the aunt. And unfortunately, Dro isn't here, to talk about those things. I wish we had more info about certain things from his perspective and how he felt. Now, I know in his videos that we've seen, he definitely expressed some things about being the giver, looking out for others. And he was getting tired of being that person for everybody. He looked to solve problems, but there were times when Dro wanted people to love him and be there for him. Okay, so I think that gets missed too, even when he was alive, and I think it's getting missed now. Come on now, because who we trying to protect? I still go back to that. If that was the real reason for things potentially being shut down, who are we trying to protect? Dro is no longer here. And I thought it was justice for Dro. Polo speaking facts, he knows what he's talking about. Lulu hurt Dro. Had she just had help cleaning it up. Okay. Dro was going to do this drug deal so he could give up trucking, take care of big headed fish. Who's the big headed fish? Girl, you silly. The big headed fish. We don't have proof of that, but hey, some people, thinking about certain things that have been stated. We the people have to be Tyrone Jr.'s voice. He can't say nothing. Right. This all God. He says, vengeance is mine, justice for Tyrone Jr. Yes, I agree. Let's see, was he blogging when he signed the policy? No, the picture was taken by his aunt and posted on her page. Facts. Okay, let's go. Some of our hearts are too big for this in sinful world. Yes, okay, I agree.
At the funeral, dog, he ain't want. Yo, the mama, Renee, she went ballistics. She went crazy. Talking about Lulu gonna be there and all this shit there. And to stand on her word, she snuck Lulu inside the funeral home. The prime suspect in your child demise, you still smoke. You still snuck her in the goddamn funeral home. The funeral home people told on you. They told on you. The funeral home people told the truth that you snuck this man, this girl, inside the funeral home. See, while you were trying to be sneaky, people felt like someone right. Even the funeral home people felt like someone right.
Hey, the Queen Stan.
They felt like something wasn't right. And still, to this day, she defended Lulu. She told the police that she considered Lulu a modern girlfriend. She considered her a model girlfriend. She considered Lulu a model girlfriend. Your child dead. Your child dead. She the last person with your child. Far as everybody know. She the last person with your child that has been stated so far. And you mean to tell me that you don't want no investigation and you just cool with it? That you cool enough to bring her there? Well, guess what? Allegedly, some of that money that got disappeared out the account, the mama received some of the blood money. The mama received some of the blood money at the funeral home. We gonna throw allegedly on them. Received some of the money at the funeral home. Damn. You don't want no investigation? You don't want no autopsy? You receive your money? All of it didn't sound right. The Davis family, they wanted answers. Tasha, Big Joe, the grandma, people wanted answers. The family, the other side of the family, they wanted answers to what really took place, what happened. Some ain't making sense. This ain't adding up. Here come the mama, putting all the roadblocks in. Don't tell nobody nothing on the Davis side of the family. They ain't his daddy. And don't tell nobody but me. If you want talking to me, don't get nobody no information. You told the people she told the people at the cabin not to give up no information. She told the detectives not to give up no information. She said, don't get nothing to the Davis side of the family or his daddy or Big Joe.
Wait a second. What? That was my first time hearing that, y'all. What? So she allegedly, is that why the property manager, now this is allegedly, could it be that's why when the Davis family went to Gilchrist, they weren't able to get anywhere hardly with the property manager? Did someone already give them the heads up? Why everybody following allegedly the mom's lead? Okay, Lulu, she blaming the mom in the police reports that I was talking to her, telling her what happened. She was telling her not to reach out to the other side. Here comes Jason. Jason said he didn't reach out because she told him allegedly not to reach out to the other side. Jason, we still waiting on those screenshots because you said you were going to show us. You never did. Now, reaching out to Gilchrist, allegedly, is that why they were so hush? Okay. Is this why they didn't want to tell the family or give up any info to cameras and things? Who's leading the charge? Come on now. What in the world? I never heard that. Let me, because I was looking at some of the police report. Let me just hear that little part one more time.
The mama received some of the blood money at the funeral home. We gonna throw allegedly on them. received some of the money at the funeral home. Damn. You don't want no investigation? You don't want no autopsy? You receiving money? All of it didn't sound right. So the Davis family, they wanted answers. Tasha, Big Joe, the grandma, people wanted answers. The family, the other side of the family, they wanted answers to what really took place, what happened. Something ain't making sense. This ain't adding up. Here come the mama, putting all the roadblocks in.
We heard that.
Don't tell nobody nothing on the Davis side of the family. They ain't his daddy. And don't tell nobody but me. If you weren't talking to me, don't get nobody no information. You told the people she told the people at the cabin not to give up no information. She told the detectives not to give up no information. She said, don't get nothing to the Davis side of the family or his daddy or Big Joe. Only person you talk to is me. Why would you not want his father, a man that has been there, to know what's going on with his child? Why would you tell these people that? Why would you participate in the cover? You have already lost 2 sons. You already cashed in on them.
Wow.
Is this about the insurance policy that you had on your son?
Wow, y'all, I promise you, I had never heard that part. Because remember, I kept saying something is off with the property manager at Gilchrist. I felt resistance. Like he didn't want to share with them stuff. It got to be some type of cameras there. This is a Marriott facility. I don't care if it's outside. Okay, that is a very popular chain. And so when he was like, when they wanted to go in and see the room and things like that, he was hesitant. He was like, well, y'all gonna have to get a subpoena. Then the cleaners, okay, the people, that lady who was had saw Dro outside on that video, and she was admiring what he did for Lulu. They brought her up. Everybody, that was there, they even said, can we talk to her? He was like, y'all got to get a subpoena. He started shutting down. It wasn't giving them the info. And I was like, what is up with this guy? So now Polo was stating, because this is my first time seeing this, that allegedly the mom was calling around telling people don't give up any info to the family. GPD, Gilchrist to the other side of the family. He was moving the money and they had to stop him allegedly. I bet Lulu told Renee all kinds of stuff about that family. She had for Rena to just switch like that. I want to know what was she sharing too, because Dro would have shared a lot of stuff with Lulu. So that's a good question. That's a very good question. What all was she telling her? Like, who was the middleman? Who was the middleman? How did all of this spark? Where you got sides, but see, Dro even talked about that in one of the videos I just shared with y'all this weekend about being in that tug of war, right? And it was a tug of war. What sparked that? Something had to have sparked that. Okay, so Bless Winks is saying Jason. You got to come to the front of the class, Jason. We need some clarification. That's not his daddy. Look stupid, put her 30 years later talking about, right, come on, Stephanie, that would make her he looked just like him, child. Okay, that's his twin. So that is what was that supposed to do? Okay. Wow. I had not heard that before. Loose cups don't dry up.
Well, the insurance people say you can't get, allegedly, you can't cash in on the insurance policy until they keep that autopsy back. See, one autopsy done, the people said we got to send it to the big people. We got to send it to the big people. Because we ain't going to go by this. We just can't put no accident down and go by this right here. We just can't do that. We just can't close it and just say it was an accident. No, we just can't do that right here. We need this autopsy report. May I remind y'all, for those who don't know, those who haven't been paying attention, Joe got kids. Joe kids got a GoFundMe account. His baby mama had to open up a GoFundMe account. When they daddy had $250,000 in his account. His kids got robbed of a father. His kids placed on the GoFundMe account when this man was a six-figure nigga. A six-figure nigga. And you mean to tell me that they grandma, which is Joe mama, ain't went to see them kids? Ain't did nothing for them kids? Ain't tell her son, kids, hey, take that GoFundMe down, man. I got my son kids. I'm going to make sure they straight. You ain't got to do all that. Something ain't right. Is the love for your child gone? Or did you never really have love for your son?
If the alleged personal betrayal wasn't enough, Polo then introduces a staggering financial allegation. He claims that after Tyrone Davis Jr. was declared brain dead, but before he was pronounced deceased, a sum of $250,000 was withdrawn from his account. Let that number sink in. $250,000. Polo emphasizes this repeatedly, contrasting this massive withdrawal with the fact that Davis's children later had a GoFundMe set up for their support. He frames it as the ultimate insult. The alleged perpetrators weren't just taking a life, they were allegedly looting his legacy, leaving his children with nothing while they profited. He further alleges that Davis's mother, Renee, received some of this blood money, which he ties to her initial reluctance to authorize a full autopsy or investigation. Polo claims she even sneaked Lulu into the funeral home against the wishes of Davis's father. This creates a troubling triangle: the girlfriend, the best friend, and the mother, all allegedly acting in concert.
And I believe that too, Stephanie. She said if Jason was scheduling trips, that's just another clue. Jay, the mama, Lou, all knew people prior to planning vacay. And then Lulu being with, her having access to people at the hotels. Remember, she used to work for hotels, probably knew folks, okay? New people in positions. Jason was in Gainesville. He had Dro's truck, supposedly cleaning it. Rena playing the cleanup woman. I believe she believed Lulu's story and wanted to protect Dro's name. Hold on, y'all. Lulu and someone else were part of the setup crew, allegedly. Lou is the main person, not the middle. Okay. So, wow. I just cannot believe that. It had to have been someone that knew people. And y'all, as I look through this report too, that detective, that main detective, also, some of the things stated is questionable as well. I'm going to be honest. Like, they need an internal affairs look into how they handled this case, because it's some things that he even put on paper. We're going to have to go through this again too, that I'm noticing after hearing some of this stuff. When you go back and look, like, he was also helping to make this look like an accident, y'all. Like, seriously, in some of the things he wrote. And that's why the medical examiner office just kind of like transferred that on over, because they ain't really have no proof. They ain't have no video proof or nothing to prove anything else. So they went ahead and put accident on that paperwork.
To obscure the truth for financial gain. This financial angle transforms the story. It's no longer just a possible crime of passion or a covered-up accident. It becomes, in the eyes of the online sleuths, a premeditated plot with a clear financial payoff. So, where does this leave us? We have an official police investigation that initially found no suspicion. We have a devastated family demanding answers and citing medical opinions that contradict the official story. And we have a parallel, crowdsourced investigation unfolding on social media, full of serious allegations, premeditation, accomplices, staged crime scenes, and massive financial theft. The questions pile up unanswered. Why did the police story and the medical observations to the family seemingly conflict? Why would Lulu's story change multiple times? Who was the close friend at the hospital, and why was his presence not immediately disclosed? Where did $250,000 go? The family of Tyrone Davis Jr. continues to seek justice. His father's...
Now, I want to show y'all this right quick. We're going to pause that right quick. I want to show y'all something. Okay, now here is the police report. Okay, and this is in conjunction with what some of the things that were just stated. Okay, so this detective put, during a follow-up investigation, I found out that Tyrone was now in room UB 4717 in the health, heart and vascular and neuro medicine area, the East Tower. I met with Kiara in the waiting lobby of Shan's East Tower, fourth floor. Kiara allowed me to take pictures of the interior and exterior of her vehicle, which those are the pictures that y'all see. We've shown with the car, packed up and all of that, which was then uploaded to evidence.com. I did not see anything obviously suspicious as I took photographs. Kiara gave me the phone number for Tyrone's mother, and they also put in the photos a copy of that slip of paper where she wrote down the phone number. Rena Demps, Renee, who lives in Fort Lauderdale. When I made contact with Renee, she stated that she had nothing bad to say about Kiara. Renee stated that Kiara is like a daughter to her, and that Kiara treats her son, Tyrone, with a caring heart. She stated that although all relationships have their disagreements, she has never known Kiara to be aggressive. Really? Is that why we can say that, knowing that that record is sealed from the domestic violence situation? Okay. Like, they didn't think about none of that. I guess the previous accidents, none of that on the, okay. When asked, Renee advised that Tyrone has never had history of mental illness or made suicidal claims. I gave Renee the GPD case number for this incident, and she advised she will attempt to drive up from Fort Lauderdale to visit Tyrone. Okay, so basically, she said that she would attempt to drive up there, okay, to visit him. She didn't say for sure that she was coming. And then in this particular case, she said she was going to drive. So why again did she had to go wake Jason up to go to Fort Lauderdale with her? That's questionable. Okay, that's questionable. But that was something we had talked about earlier, and I wanted to show y'all where that whole model girlfriend part comes from. In this part, she was really upping Lulu. Okay, saying she was not aggressive. She has a caring heart. She's like a daughter to her. Well, what about your son? I would not care about upping Lulu. I'm sorry. I would not care about upping Lulu, child, because we don't, at this point, you didn't know what had happened to your son. I believe mom was told by Lulu it was a drug deal went bad, allegedly. So the jumping from the car was a cover up. There was someone else involved in this crime, not just Lullier, because the mom stepped in and told them it was an accident and that Dro jumped out of the car all the time. Yes, that's on another page. There was one cop found it suspicious and they shut it down with a quickness. Why? We got to think exactly. He had wanted to change it to suspicious death and not as a sick or injured person. And he was going to also put a lockdown on the documents or the records. But he found out that, Dro's sister had access to those records already. Because Lulu had gave Renee half that money, she moved around in the account that was hush money. Yeah, I heard that she allegedly gave her some money. Funny, she had Mama's number on lock. Come on now, but didn't have the other side. She didn't know how to get in touch with nobody else. Child bye. She knew exactly how to get in touch. Yes, that girl joined Polo's live and said she knew Jason and he was in Gainesville because he asked her, was it raining in Lauderdale? And to send him videos of the car show. Right, Tashiria. We talked about that yesterday, okay, with Jason. Like, why again are you asking for people to send you videos allegedly if you were there? Okay. And then he was trying to get the weather. Like, that's suspicious to me. That's why I said, was he already there? And this whole, the mom woke me up and she, wanted me to go there for what? I'm still trying to understand what was your role in going with her, to be chauffeur, to be security, prayer warrior. Like, what were you going for? What was your role? And then when you get there, you don't talk to nobody. So what was the whole point? It's not making sense. Okay. That part is not making sense to us.
Mission remains simple, yet heartbreakingly complex. All I really want is answers to what belongs to me. For us, the audience, this case is a stark reminder. It shows the power of community in seeking
Right,
truth,
Stephanie.
but also the chaos that can unfold in the absence of official transparency. It reminds us that what we see online is often.
Now, wait, y'all, think about this. If Dro's mom had some sort of control over Lulu in this situation, how much control did she have over her while Dro was alive? And how it impacted their relationship, not just over Dro, but over Lulu. See, my thing is this, okay? I feel like none of this is by coincidence as far as how you suddenly feel about Lulu. None of that is a coincidence that all of a sudden, oh, Lulu is like this daughter pumping her up and things like that. See, this relationship had gotten close over time. Okay. For her to pump her up like this and for Lulu to take her word like this and not have any, she had just seen Dro's father in Fort Lauderdale. She was in the back seat. We see pictures of that on his page. So how again did you turn so quickly and like you can't remember nothing? It just takes the mom's advice. Okay, not what your boyfriend, because y'all were not married, boyfriend would have wanted his family, both sides, right, to know, especially the side where his kids are, what had happened to him. See, in those last moments, the hearing part goes last. We talked about this. And Dro heard. I'm pretty sure he heard. He may not have been alert, brain, people were, the doctors and things were saying brain dead. But y'all have probably heard of stories where people were considered brain dead and they actually started coming back to life. The more people prayed for them, the more people talked to them. But you don't even have the people close to you that you love, that you pumped up. Why not pump up Dro in his final moments of how much he cared for Lulu? Okay, so you ain't never witnessed an argument, never witnessed them getting out. Okay, now my thing is this. Lulu talked about potential times where they used to get out the car if they were fighting and upset and all of this, but you didn't think anything was wrong with that. I just really question that. I really question that. And so it showed that there is a level of control over certain people. And I just wonder how much control she had during their relationship over Lulu and how much control she has right now. Okay, because clearly some of these posts and things, I can see right through some of that stuff. I'm gonna be honest with all due respect. Dro didn't leave you. Dro was taken. And did you see him through his final moments? Did you stay at the hospital with him to see it through? because it could have been a miracle. We don't know if God could have turned that thing around. Okay, so I just really questioned some of these posts, and I really had goosebumps when she said a post about all three of my sons are gone, but I have two daughters left. What? Y'all better stay covered. Okay, pray that God protects y'all, because is that what putting the attention now on the daughters? I just was like, oh Lord, okay, like that makes me wonder, like seriously, how much control, and then to ignore things, like to really pump her up. Oh no, she's never aggressive. Why do we have to say that? Why do we have to say that? Because maybe they would have found some aggression, some type of witnesses that saw her getting aggressive. I mean, according to some of their own words, okay, it just wasn't always gravy, is what we're saying. So why make it look like a certain type of way? Like, oh no, she would never do anything. Well, was she a suspect? Is that to make it so Lulu is not a main suspect? Okay, being that she would have been the only one allegedly that had last been with him or had seen him alive. What was going to come out?
A carefully crafted filter, hiding realities we can scarcely imagine. The story of Tyrone Davis Jr. is far from unraveled. If anything, the knot just gets tighter. What do you think happened in that cabin? Who do you believe? We read every single one of your comments on our videos, so let us know your theory down below. The engagement from this community is what drives these discussions forward. And if you have any information regarding the death of Tyrone Davis Jr., you are urged to contact the Gainesville Police Department.
Okay, so we're going to stop the video here. And you know what? In this day and age, y'all, Protector 91, when you have so many people who are out here just taking tests that anyone can become a life insurance agent, your friends try to get you to be a part of these little, I forget what it's called, but it's these little groups where based off of how many people you can pull in, you get certain bonuses and things like that. Child, people better be careful, okay? Because it can be some insurance fraud taking place, putting kids down. They don't know they're part of life insurance policies because they're home girl, okay? They selling life insurance. So here's my kids' social security numbers. Go ahead and put them down. Here are my children's social security numbers, their kids' social security numbers. And before you know it, they got policies on you, your kids, grandkids, and you don't even know nothing about it. Okay, that can happen in the day and ages. It used to happen, but even more so now because it's so easy to become a life insurance agent. People trying to pull them in the droves. They're trying to show you this is how much you can have your own business. You can work from home. You can make this amount of money. You know, the more clients you bring into us, the more you'll get for referral fees, and they really pump it up. So that's one of the going things right now is this whole become a life insurance to be in control of your schedule. It's a convenient schedule. Yeah, kind of almost like pyramid schemes. Like y'all, be careful because they got these things out there, and I know some were trying to get me to be a part of it. And usually, because my brother, he was doing it for a little bit, but he stopped. A lot of it is not for the longevity, like it because you lose interest in a lot of people not even going that route. But you do have people out here with licenses that have passed the test that can do that. They can sign up people on the low and then sometimes get a cut if something happens to them. I'm telling you, I don't put it past. Look, y'all already know my saying over here. I don't put nothing past nobody. Okay, family, friends, anybody. I don't put nothing past nobody because the day you do that is the day somebody gonna stab you in your back. We're all in human flesh. Okay, not to say I walk around suspicious of people, but I definitely use discernment on some things, and kind of just be on the watch because you just never know, y'all. It's so many people not loyal, so many people stabbing each other in the back. It is crazy work. And we keep hearing these different stories over and over, y'all. I mean, it's so suspicious. And we chalk it up like, oh, this is the norm. No, this shouldn't be the norm. Okay, this shouldn't be the norm that people are losing their lives in suspicious manners and people are not looking into it. Detectives and police departments are not even trying to get to the bottom of what happened. People cashing in, getting money, all of these schemes going on. It's so much. GoFundMe accounts getting out of control. See, people will play on the public. They will say, oh, they'll come out. Well, my loved one, this happened to my loved one. And, gets public attention for a little while. And so now, while we have the public's attention, because we're seeing that now, even with this new case with the three sisters. Okay. I did a video yesterday. If y'all haven't seen it, watch that video because I said, beware. Not to say not to help people. I'm not saying that, hey, just me, welcome. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying use discernment and caution, right? So they had a GoFundMe requesting money, to help bury, for funeral expenses and so forth, these three sisters at $18,000. Okay. Now, they did an update post 2 days ago and said that we have already reached that goal. Thank you to everyone who has given. However, in order to provide the family with extra, we have now increased our goal. They have increased the goal from 18,000 to now 45,000. They have raised over $43,000 now towards their goal. Wow. What else? Okay, so now you meet 45K, then you're gonna raise it again to 60 some K, 100K, because you see people are being generous to help. They are playing. Ashley Janae, her family. Okay, we find out something's not right with Ashley in this case. I don't think this young lady, she unalived herself. Family comes out. We need y'all's help. We don't think this happened. They set up a GoFundMe. Okay, GoFundMe is original goal. What did they do? Increase the goal. Okay, now we ain't heard nothing. We ain't heard nothing. No updates, nothing. What happened with the money? None of that. So it's becoming a pattern. People are catching on that if they click trying to get justice, they more prone to make donation. I'm just saying, peep the plays. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying not to give, but make sure it's legit. Make sure it's being used for the purposes intended. Okay? Because I am definitely noticing a pattern. Yeah, a lot of children in the communities coming up missing. I think Nothing But the Truth, she did a video on some black boys that were missing days, y'all. Nobody really looked into it. Okay? Who's looking into the three sisters' death? They had one press conference. That's all we're going to get. I bet you they would not do another update. Ashley Janae, one press conference. That's it. Tyrone Davis, one news thing. Oh, we ain't finding anything suspicious, but it's ongoing. Did they ever come back with the press conference? No. No. And not going to. Did they even look into it? No. They follow up on some leads. That's it. Nothing originated with them. Have they moved on? Yes. Will we see those videos? No. And it's probably not any video footage in some cases. Now, with the Lulu situation, I believe because that one's being blocked so much that there is footage of that and body-worn camera footage. I do believe Lulu said some stuff and people don't want certain things to come out, or they're wondering, will it match up with other stuff that has already been stated? You're not going to try to block something that's going to help your family member get justice. That's all I'm saying. Okay, you will be all for it. Even if content creators didn't get access to it, guess what? You will be fully transparent and go get it yourself and show it. And show her lies and go through the lies to get justice for your loved one. For the love of money, it's the root of all evil. We need to find a way to see who's collecting insurance payments for loved ones unaliving. Okay, that would be an interesting study right there. Dro didn't deserve what happened to him. Is very sad. Exactly. He did not deserve to be left on side of the road like that, y'all. Even his friend Looney was saying that yesterday. And like I said, he's one of the ones that you've seen like real raw emotion about losing Dro and also Gabe. those two seem like genuine friends, that they really did cut for him and really miss him and so forth. Like that's what I pick up with those two, especially Gabe. And my heart prayers go out to Gabe. I think losing Dro really triggered also his emotions with losing his own brother. And he's spoken on it a couple of times about that, you know, and Dro and him, because like how we say Jason was there, it looked like in a lot of his videos, Gabe was there as well, you know, and he would get excited on the videos, like when he would meet up with them and they were doing truck driving together, and sometimes they would see each other. Now, you know, I can only imagine he doesn't have that person that he could call, that closest, that Dro probably helped fill a void that he was missing with his own brother. Mom seems to have issues with keeping men around. Oh, mom seems to have issues with keeping men around her, and so does her precious little Lucifer. Uh-oh. Stephanie. Uh-oh. Yes, they went from 18K to 45K. Hey, Kira Renee, welcome. That story, Three Sisters, is crazy, and their mother, yikes. Exactly. But I want to verify it, y'all. It's too many pages popping up. I really want to look into that. Like, where's the story of the mother? Is that something that should be in some type of news or some type of article? Okay, from 2010, child. Who was the mother? And then these three sisters all going into the sea together, fully clothed. Okay, no presence. And they made sure that they said, oh, they don't have social media. Yeah, there are some people with no presence on social media, but all of them, I think they got ahead of it because they knew people were going to look into it. And then my thing is, they show one older picture that looks like a real picture, and now the current picture is an AI picture. Okay, what picture did they use to get an AI picture of them grown? Because you have to give input to chat gpt to get an AI photo. So where's that real photo, not the AI one, but how did they get that input? What if these ladies had life insurance? Why ask for money? It's crazy, people always want money. Right. And I mean, not to say, hey, don't get help. I'm just saying, why keep increasing goals? And I don't know, it's just really suspect. You have to stay prayed up. Yeah, Lulu has a lot of power, child. Someone, she definitely looks like she knows someone, and that baby, I don't know how she connected, but definitely connected to somebody, and connected to some people that probably had experience in this. Okay. She knew accidental pays double on an insurance policy, right? Yeah, accidental, when you're sick and just die. Okay. A lot of those just gonna pay you, you know, the regular. And then, like, I don't know, I ain't gonna speak on it because I have no proof. I purchased an insurance policy to increase my policy for my child from, let's see, this young man in Atlanta. I brought from him to assist his success. When I checked the policy, his name was my beneficiary. Girl, are you serious? So she said that she had gotten an insurance policy, and when he set it up, the beneficiary was his name from the insurance guy. And ooh, now see, protected anyone. Oh, girl, that's scary. That's scary. I survived a home gas explosion last year and had a GoFundMe. I sent pictures to everyone that donated of my purchases, but it wasn't something the world knew I did. So we may never know. Right, right. Because I've done that too. When we did something for Romika's son, everybody who made donations on the back end in their emails got pictures, receipts of everything as it was happening. Okay. So yeah, the public was not privy to that. And I did send it eventually, all of that over to Romika's aunt as well. So she would know where everything, how much was collected, where everything went. Uh, let's see, the liar ain't got no power. She playing with the devil. Okay, I don't mind helping anyone. I just don't like when people scam people out of money, especially if they don't need it. That's true. Yeah. Lulu didn't call the Davis family because she knew they didn't like her, so she called Renee instead. But you know, I question that now, Shailene, for the simple fact at least the dad, because she had just taken pictures with Dro's father. When she was in the back seat, she was smiling. He was standing there. Dro was standing there. What did she have against the father? He never even brought that up, even in his own life, that Lulu had a problem with him. He said, I'm just upset you didn't call me. So, like, once again, these things are too convenient. What did Jason, why would Lulu not be wanting to talk to Jason if y'all were just celebrating your birthday and she sent you a post? That's too convenient. Then all of a sudden, why would she not be wanting to contact at least the father? That's too convenient. He didn't have nothing against her in a couple of days, within the span of days. What would he have against her? What would she have against the father? So it's just different things that it's just not adding up. It's just so convenient. Hey, Nicole, welcome. The girl's mother passed the same way. I know someone who lives in their town. Yeah, that's what I heard, Nicole. And that was like a red flag too. Okay, thank you so much, Teresa. I appreciate that. No, you're good. Cause we were just talking about that, Nicole. Yeah, that was weird. When I heard that too, y'all made me think of Whitney Houston and Bobby Christina. They both were unalive and found in tubs the exact same way, y'all. Was the three sister drowning a part of some ritual? Allegedly, I checked the stepmom's page. Very interesting. I did too. And when I want to do a live where I could talk to y'all live about it. Yes, okay. It's definitely some interesting stuff. Now, y'all, I was thinking too, um, that it was just those three daughters, but he has other daughters allegedly. Now, there's his other daughter that on his page he has shared a picture of her. She's like 24. But guess what? When he shares pictures of her, it's the same picture. So she don't take no other pictures. Then he shares another little girl. Now they probably all have different moms, but it was in that GoFundMe, it made it look like it was only the three daughters. But when you go through social media, you see other daughters. And his wife, his alleged wife, has five kids, okay, and some daughters included. So I was like, huh, so it's more daughters than the three daughters. So then the stepmom has a Facebook, and I know we off of the troll, we didn't shift it a little bit for a second. The stepmama has an IG and a Facebook. So I went to the IG page yesterday. So on the IG, there's a post with that same picture, everybody passing around with the three ladies, the AI looking picture, right? Well, I see that as a post. Now, there's no mention of these three ladies on anybody's pages, none of their pages, any mention of them ever, right? Before. Why I'm reading a post to the three daughters like a tribute. So as I'm reading it, I was like, huh? Because it didn't seem to have been written from the point of view of a stepmom. Y'all, when I got to the end of the letter, it had Lillian. Lillian is allegedly another daughter. So I questioned, why is the other daughter writing a post on behalf of the stepmom's page? What? It's not making sense. How do you have access to her? So, y'all, what I'm thinking, I could be wrong. What I'm thinking is somebody is behind these pages. And I don't think it's the real people. I'm going to be honest, because the dad, that brother who allegedly sharing the GoFundMe, shares these pictures that looks like the dad. But then, as I was going under the pictures, one post I saw a Joseph Adaturo page. I said, well, let me go on to this page. There's another page, and that's supposedly the dad. So then you go through his pictures. Then that's when you find another daughter, two. One a younger daughter, and one is 24. So I was like, now he's sharing these pictures. Well, where the other girls at? Like I don't see none. Y'all, it is crazy. So then under one of his pictures, I saw the stepmom comment. So I said, let me go to her page. I go over there, and it looked like, y'all, some of these, like how some of these other countries be just posting different posts with church stuff and like donate to this and donate to that. So she had shared a GoFundMe, That GoFundMe, y'all, did not work because somebody under that post said your link is not working. I think she attempted to share a different GoFundMe account than the one the brother, alleged brother, on the other page shared. They keep telling, and that's something else that's standing out to me too, is keep sharing this. Make sure y'all share this. They want everyone to share it. Okay, so that is getting and gaining traction on the money. I'm telling y'all, something is not right when you even start looking at these pages. Okay, something's not right. Yes, we know how she's connected. We just don't know who all the players are in the connection. Lulu, you and your ops are going to get caught because we got all these eyes on you. Okay, peep that. She said, I'm in for a little while. Okay, Erica, who in the world is this man with all these girls? Exactly. And y'all, something else that comes to mind, his name is Joseph Adatoro. Something else that doesn't sit right. Now, if you're in, even in the news articles, the dad, okay, it's like you have the sister in the articles speaking up on behalf of the dad, saying, oh, he's so, almost like y'all know when Auntie Natasha, this ain't funny though, but when they Polo and the family, kind of had that split, and she said that Dro's daddy, she, was gonna be talking and stuff, and Dro's daddy was grieving, and she was stepping up talking about that. Well, that's what it gave. Okay, in the articles. The articles are saying, yes, my brother Joseph, he's grieving, he's usually strong. And I guess to make it like the dad not gonna be seen out here talking on interviews or really talking. So she was speaking up for him in the articles. However, for the money, allegedly is a brother that's posting on his brother's behalf. Why would the dad not want to be connected to anything? Okay. I'm confused by that. So you got the sisters speaking up for him in the articles, the news articles, and so forth. But on paper, the sister's not sharing the GoFundMe. It's a brother that's sharing the GoFundMe on paper, on social media. Okay. So nothing is supposedly directly from the father. It is from the sister or the brother. Okay. Now, even with the brother's page, the sister's page, y'all, well, I ain't seen the sister's page yet, but from the brother's page, even that page, it looks a little suspect with all the pictures and the posts that were being shared. I was like, so I'm just going to continue to look into it. Okay. I'm going to continue to look into it. Is the stepmother or madam? I mean, the way she was saying it was like that's her husband on the posts, but it's only like she shared one where they were on the phone, video call, and you take a snapshot of you being on a video call with someone. I see one post like that. Now his profile picture though, it's almost like that Joe McCann picture when he was looking to the side, like he was looking to the side. I don't know. Just something. Y'all know that gut feeling. How even when we started with Dro's case, how you have this gut feeling like something's off. I do not think this man jumped from a moving vehicle. Even with Ashley's case, I was like, something's off. I don't think that girl unalived herself and hung herself. Well, guess what? I feel the same feeling in this case. Something is off. From the time they talking about three sisters walked into a sea, y'all know at 5 some in the morning, we ain't trying to walk into no sea. Okay. We ain't trying to get our hair wet. And why everything got to be like they moving on one accord? What kind of mess is this? Is it a cult? Your mind, you can't think differently at some point. They all went in together. Okay. How did they get to the water? They all are not on social media. They all know pictures of all of them. Come on now. Something's not adding up. Okay. So what I do is I like to do my own research too. I'm following a trail. I stayed up late the other day just to keep looking into this. Okay. So I was like, I'm gonna follow a trail. I'm gonna follow. See, that's how I found Willie. See, people don't realize that when you comment on certain people's stuff, child, that's how we starting to find you. Okay. You just got to follow the posts, follow the comments. It goes down in the comment section. That's how you can start finding out connections and who knows who. So that's how I found Willie. And then that's how I'm starting to see connections even in this case. And I ain't done. I had to shut it down because my mind was getting overwhelmed. I was trying to watch the crash, get my notes for that. Then I was trying to look into this with the three girls. So I did one on the GoFundMe. So I want y'all to look at that video as well to see what I'm talking about. It was two different links and they keep increasing the goal. Okay. I want to see some type of funerals or updates, child, at this point. Like, who's doing the funeral? Do we have a funeral program? Who's the go-to person? Are we supposed to listen to the sister, the daughter, or the brother? It's too many different pages. Okay. She said, Queens, let's stay with the topic, please. Let's not get OB off track with this story. Because but I know how to bring it back too, Shay. Okay. Right. In some religious cults, allegedly, it's mom and dad. I don't know, just something I've heard. Okay, gotcha. Let's see. And the sisters had their clothes on. It's very strange. Right, exactly. Hey, Gossip and Giggles. Good morning. Welcome. Hey, Stacy. Thank you, ladies, for tapping in. Yes. So, why the water? What was being washed away? That's a good point too. And y'all, they had some other crimes there in that area. I was looking at one of their local news reports and like page that they have there, and they have other crimes that took place there. Okay, I'm telling you, I'm gonna get to some stuff. I just kind of been focusing, trying to mix up my focus, I should say. It's like so many stories I want to just talk about. So I try to do videos on some things and lives on this, and because I want to talk about that Tasha K and Cardi B, y'all. The husband in it now, Cardi B not playing. Okay. Right. We found Willie. Child, we're gonna leave Willie where he at. I was like, I don't even want to bring Willie into this. Let that man survive. Okay. Willie say, don't bring me into it, child. I had to tell her I don't know. And Willie got out of Dodge. Okay. Willie say, I ain't trying to go back. Poor Dro, man. She found out Dro he was brain dead. She got out of Dodge. She didn't even stay around. But let them tell it. See, that's the thing, y'all. Let them tell it on their social media. That's why I go back to people will paint a certain picture on social media to look a certain type of way, like they're so this or he was so in love with me or but when it came down to him needing you, when it came down, you left him. Okay, I can't forget that. I can't forget that. You left this man on and you at the hospital. See, that's the problem too that a lot of people, hey Tranisa, a lot of people had with the Cabo 6. Y'all left that girl over there. Y'all didn't even wait to make sure her body, was gonna come back to the US. Y'all left trying to get y'all story together, knowing that something went down over there. Notice the pattern. Notice how people hurry up and get out of Dodge before they get found out. Now, after Lulu did the little interrogation, nobody can find her. She gone. She gone. But hey, I bet you this. I bet you definitely one person know where she at. Possibly two. Okay. I bet you they know where she at. Hey, Jeanette, welcome. Yeah, while everybody else trying to look, see, they protecting her. Notice when we talk too much about Lulu, we're going to see some posts today. We're going to see some posts today. Let Dro rest in peace. People doing too much. We'll see. I'm telling y'all, every time we get on Lulu, Lulu is going to be protected. The more people donate to GoFundMe, they raise the amount. That's what it looks like they're doing with that other case. Hey, Karen, how are you? Yeah, that's what they're doing with that other case. They keep raising the amount. So they're going to raise the amount again. Or they'll see when people start catching, they'll stop. When they withdraw money, y'all, you don't see that on the goal. Okay, that the goal and how much they raise, that just stays on there. So it goes to your account. So then you can start pulling money out and people won't know because it's not going to decrease it on the public GoFundMe. it's going to the bank. Okay. So, child, once they see people finding them out, they're going to shut down shop. They're going to shut down shop. I'm telling you, just pay attention to people's patterns. And we definitely see a lot of patterns in this case with Ro. And we're starting to call out things, and people don't like that. They just want you to believe how they want you to believe. But I see here at the open book, we can't be gaslit. That's one thing. We're going to use our own minds. We're not going to, be gaslit. And we're, hey, open to various various topics and various suspects as well. Okay. She was truthfully never with him. She didn't love him. She didn't even care. He was alone. That's why he always talked about love. Yes. Unless he was checking on her or giving her. Okay. We get Willie and Jason talking. The liar will go into a rage. I can't wait. Well, y'all see how she came out with that whole little post with the men's shoes talking about got him. See, people don't want to pay attention to the subliminals. Okay. It was a reason she posts the way she posts, right? So she said, we bike big. Okay. That means she's back with someone. She's gotten comfortable. She feels like she's gotten away with it. And so we don't know who that we is. She's referring to someone that she's back with. I don't think it's Willie. Okay. Whoever she was fooling around with prior to this, she's back with them. Hey, Tabany, welcome. All right, y'all. So that is all that we have so far today. Thank you all so much for joining. Make sure y'all hit that like button. It is for free. Also, if you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, cash app, or buy a coffee. And those links are in the description field of this video. Shailene said Dro was deeply in love with Lulu, but Lulu not so much. She loved what Dro did for her. Right, exactly. I agree with that. When you are loved and know it, you don't have to talk about being loved. You scream how much you're loved from the rooftops. It's in your smile, your walk. Right. But see, I think that's why she posts those videos of Dro looking like that, because he would be like, I love you so much, like really into her. Okay. So those videos are shared with purpose too. Even on his legacy page, she shared a lot of videos where he was doing things for her. Okay. Making herself look good. I'm telling you, it's a purpose in why she posts. Hey, Blue Ski, good morning. It's a purpose in how she posts different things. Pay attention to the patterns, y'all. Keep your eyes open. Pay attention to people when people start gaslighting. Okay. The times that they gaslight. Some people are so predictable. Okay. Some people are so predictable. Switch it up sometimes because you're so predictable. I'm just saying. All right. Thank y'all so much. I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Make sure you subscribe and don't forget to hit that bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank y'all, and y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.